Today's yoga class is for everyone, including beginners. Please consult with your doctor before beginning this or any new exercise program. Yoga is a great way to increase flexibility and strength, reduce stress, and maintain a healthy lifestyle. Before we begin today, listen to your body and do the poses that you are comfortable with. Rest as often as needed. Hi, welcome to Awakened Yoga. I'm Lindsay, and with me today is Krista and Shauna, and we're here at the Beverage Building in downtown. So go ahead and get started lying on your back. We'll take a few moments here just to arrive on our mats and get ready for our practice. So you can take yourself all the way flat on your back, or you can do like Shauna's doing here with her knees bent, just to relieve a little pressure in the lower back. But while we're here, we just want to start connecting to our breath, breathing in and out nice and deeply. I invite you to try breathing through your nose. It helps warm the air and can really help calm you. So if you're finding your thoughts are racing, try to connect to that breath in and out. You can even try, as you inhale, to think of something that you want more of. So maybe it's calmness, maybe it's peace, maybe it's happiness. But as you inhale, think of all those words coming in and filling you up. And as you exhale, release something that you don't want any more of. So maybe that's stress or fear, worry. So inhale the positive and exhale the negative. It can just help to really center you. You can also take this time just to give yourself a little scan. Do you have anything that's aching or sore that we need to be very careful of today? And you can carry that mindfulness through our practice. Let's take one more nice big inhale. Fill the belly all the way and let it go. Good. So stay on our back for our next move. And we'll start to move our spine just a little. So you'll notice it's subtle, but I think it'll feel really good once we get started. So go ahead and squeeze your knees into your chest. And this is the move we'll do on the exhale. So as we exhale, we squeeze the spine, and you can feel a little lift in your tailbone off of the mat. So nice curve in the low back. Good. Then when you inhale, we'll bring the knees all the way up and stack the knees over the hips. Good. So in your arms, you can reach them all the way up and overhead if you like, or just down to the side. And here you should feel a little bit of a lift in the lower back. Good. So as you exhale, bring the knees into the chest, squeeze them in. Good. And exhale, stacking knees over hips. Good. So subtle movement, but some nice flexing in the spine. So we'll stay here for a few more flows. We'll aim for 10 or your version of 10. Good. So remembering to exhale fully and inhale to fill up the belly. Good job. When you're done, extend your legs all the way up with the soles of your feet up to the ceiling. Good. And here, give your ankles a little bit of love, roll them out, maybe flex and squeeze your toes. Our feet are such a strong foundation for us. We walk around on them all the time, so sometimes it's nice to give them a little bit of love. Especially if you're in a job where you're standing or sitting a lot of the time, it's nice to reverse the blood flow from the feet back to the trunk. So give them a little bit of attention. Good. Excellent. From here, we'll add a little bit of a deeper flex through the legs. So keep your left leg extended, but bend the right leg and bring it all the way to the side of your chest. Good, you can clasp onto it if you like and give it a nice squeeze. So this is a variation of a half happy baby. Good. Excellent. And then we'll switch sides. So gently release the right and hug the left in. So we're aiming for a nice stretch through the hamstring. Good. Let's do that one more time each side. So switch. And if you don't have the flexibility in the knees to grab onto your shins, you can also grab underneath and onto your thigh. Good, and one more side. Awesome. Good, then release both legs back up to the ceiling one more time. Wiggle them out. Good, then place the soles of your feet onto your mat, roll onto your right side, and find your way up to a seat. Awesome. So we'll move a little more to get our core and our spine warmed up a little before we continue to stretch. So we'll take a seat here, nice and tall. You can crisscross your legs or stack one in front of the other, or just have them comfortable is what's important here. And we'll inhale nice and tall. Then as you exhale, round the spine and squeeze the core. Good, and inhale to lengthen. You can close your eyes if you like, or just keep on flowing. So we're trying to connect to our breath. Good, nice and easy. Do a few more here. It's getting a little bit of heat through the core. So you're welcome to stay here at this position, or if you like, on your next inhale, you can start to add a little more movement so the heart comes forward and up, and then we continue to round back. So this can be very subtle, or you can go a little bit deeper. Whatever the mobility that you have allows you to do. The idea is inhale, fill the belly, exhale, squeeze the air out. Great job, ladies. Do one more in this way. Once again, stay here, or we can start to add some arms. So as we inhale, we just extend our motion by bringing the arms up, and then they can come to the hips, and maybe we lift our knees just a little to further engage that core. And then we can continue to flow here. So we're still inhaling fully and exhaling to squeeze the air out. Good. And finally, if you want just a little more heat, you can follow Krista. She'll give a little lift in her feet. Just adds a little more low belly engagement. So let's do two more. Of course, wherever you have settled in to these movements. Good. Great. Awesome. From here, we'll get settled again on our seat. Drop the left hand down, right hand reaches up, and then we come to the side. So you can move this palm out and even come onto the forearm if you can, but be careful not to lift that hip up too much. We want to still be grounded on the mat. And if you have a little more mobility, you could twist open a little and kind of look past the elbow, but only if your neck allows. Good. And we'll switch sides. So right hand plants, left arm up and over. And being mindful that this side might be more flexible, but it might be less. Good, and we'll release that from there. Awesome. So you can cross your legs and come all the way over into tabletop position. So here we want to stack shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. We'll flow through a little side to side action to give our shoulders a little stretch. So inhale, extend the right arm to the side. And as you exhale, we're going to thread it through under the left arm and pause. Good. Then as we inhale, reach back out. Perfect. Exhale, thread it through. Good. Inhale to reach. Exhale, thread it through. Last time. Inhale. This time, as we exhale, come all the way, bringing the shoulder and head to the mat. What's called thread the needle. So here, that left hand can stay as a kickstand to help open your stretch, or you can take what Krista's doing here and bringing it to your low back. That one isn't always available for everyone's neck, so just try it. And if it doesn't feel comfortable, that's okay. We'll skip it for this time. So here, try to find some release in anything else. Don't clench the jaw, release the shoulders. We'll pause here, just one more breath. Now to unthread yourself, place that left hand back on the mat, press into that hand, and then gently unwind. Good. Here you can wiggle it out a little bit. Sway side to side. Good. If that feels weird, just close your eyes. I can't see you, you can't see me. That's one of my favorite rules of yoga. Just close your eyes. Good, let's set up on the other side. So double check that you haven't moved your hands too much and that you're not too forward or too far back. Left arm reaches out this time. Big inhale. Awesome. Exhale, thread it through. Beautiful. Inhale and exhale. Good. Inhale and thread it through. Last one. Inhale, thread it through. Good. One more inhale, and then this time, thread it all the way through and find that twist. Good. We often think that our bodies are quite symmetrical, but depending how we carry our purse or walk up the stairs or play our sports, anything can cause a little difference in one side to the other. So you may find that you can't quite go as deep in this side, and that's okay. Just meet your body where it is today. So this is a nice stretch to get into the shoulder and the upper back. It also provides a nice twist for the spine, so that can be helpful. One more nice breath. And to unwind, press the right hand into the mat this time, pressing up. Good. Then wiggle that out a little. Excellent. Good. Let's come all the way up onto our knees. So here you might want to roll up your mat. So you can grab it in the middle and just double it up, just to add a little bit more padding for your knees if that's something that bothers you. From here, extend the right leg out to the side with the foot planted as much as you can. So you do want to try to get that pinky toe edge onto the floor. Good. From here, we'll inhale, arms up, and exhale. You can start to lean into that leg if it's available to you. So this can be quite an intense inner thigh stretch. So just go as deep as you can. And be mindful not to be pressing right on the outside of the knee, because that can be something that causes a little bit of pressure and stress. And if this arm isn't feeling good being up and stretched, you can always just bring it to the hip. So we don't want to add more shoulder pressure. Good. One more breath. Good. From here, we'll stretch the back of the calf of this leg. So we'll come to hands and knees and swing that leg all the way to the back of the mat, pressing into the toe mound, and then gently press back. You'll feel a nice stretch through the calf. So this can be a really nice stretch for anyone who's done a lot of walking or running, because it really can get right into that calf. And play around with the position of your toe and your heel, because that can kind of change the stretch from the outside to the inside of the calf. Good. Now to get out of this pose, bring the knees together, and then you can walk your hands all the way up. And we'll extend the left leg this time. Again, working to get that pinky toe edge onto the floor. Reach the arms up and over to this side. Again, being mindful of that arm. If that shoulder doesn't want to have that stretch, you can bring that hand back down. Good. Excellent job not pressing on that side of the knee. That's great. And maintain a nice, easy breath. Excellent. So we'll release that. Hands plant to the mat, and then swing that toe around, and we'll stretch out the calf on this side. Might take a little bit of wiggling to figure out exactly where you need it, but give it a try. You could even do a little bit of pulsing forward and back if that feels better. Just find what is best for you. Good. One more breath here. I often have to really tune in when I'm doing these kinds of stretches to be sure that I'm holding them long enough, because sometimes I want to rush. So it's important, just when you think it's enough, go just a little longer, because that will help. Okay, good, and we'll release that and come all the way up. So you can keep your mat doubled over. We'll be just a little longer on our knees before we move on. So for this next pose, it's called toe pose. And some people love it and some people don't. But it's a nice, important stretch for our feet, especially in our culture where we wear shoes all the time, and sometimes shoes we shouldn't be wearing. So for this pose, we want to curl our toes under. So I'll turn to the side so you can see what that looks like, curling under the toes. And then however much we can, we want to sit back onto our feet. So immediately you might feel some pushback from your body, because this isn't always comfortable. So if that's the case, bring your palms of your hands down to the mat to take a little of the pressure off. And you can move your hips forward or back as much as you need to. So I would describe this maybe as comfortably uncomfortable, but we don't want pain. So if you're feeling shooting pains, then please come out of this pose. But if you're feeling quite an intense stretch, then that's okay. So this is where we really need to breathe. You might find it helpful to go back to those words that you thought of at the beginning of class. Inhale that good stuff and exhale what's not serving you. So if this is quite intense, I invite you to try it more often off the mat as well, because it will be helpful with the feet. So we're all connected all the way up. So sometimes insufficient stretching through the soles of the feet can show up in other places, like in our hips, our knees, ankles. How you guys doing? One more nice deep breath here. Okay, walk the hands and just, gently release. Oh, feels nice. Wiggle out the feet. Wiggle out the ankles. Try to release those sensations. We'll set up for the counter stretch. So here, place the right top of the foot on the mat and cross the left top of the foot into the sole of the right. And then we sit back. So again, here you might have to adjust how much you sit back. So you may feel quite a stretch through the sole of the right foot or through the shin of the left leg as well. So I find this really helpful after a run if I'm feeling kind of shin splints or anything like that. This can be helpful for that as well. But just another way to give our feet a little bit of love. We'll just pause here for one more nice deep breath. Good. Come onto the hands and we'll switch feet. So to lay the left foot down, right foot crosses over and sit on back. Job. So let's come forward. We can go ahead and unroll our mat again, so we won't need that extra padding anymore. And come all the way to a seat. Good. You can find a comfortable position for your legs. So we'll do a little bit of stretch through our shoulders. So from here, right arm reaches up, palm up. We'll set up for eagle arms. So then the left in an L, cross at the elbows. And from here, you can, as Shauna does, just hug over your shoulders. Or if you have a little bit of more movement, you can take Krista's and crisscross the arms and interlace the hands. From here, there's a lot of action happening. So we're dropping the shoulders down, moving the palms away from the face if they're up like Krista's, and trying to find a sweet spot in between our shoulders. We can stretch. So I know for me, I can get into those bad habits of kind of hunching over and curling up on my couch and using my phone or whatever it is. And we kind of need to stretch that out a little bit. So pause here. And to get out of here, just gently lower the arms, release, and roll it out. Good, and we'll switch sides. So left hand this time, palm up. Right comes in at the L, cross at the elbows, and go ahead and hug back or interlace. And dropping the shoulders down and moving the elbows up just a little. And wiggle around a little until you can find just where you need to stretch. And gently release those arms. We'll take a counter stretch to that. So here, bring the hands around to the lower back and then open up through the collarbone. So feel a nice broad stretch through the front of the body here, which is really nice. Something I've been encouraged to do, and I encourage you to try as well, is every time you go through a doorway, just take a moment, grab each side and pause, just so you can stretch through the front of the body. That will help our tendency to want to slouch, because as these muscles shorten, it wants to pull us over. So if you can take a moment and just stretch through the front, that will really help your posture. Good, let's release. How are you feeling now? Good. All right, let's take a moment to very gently and slowly find your way back to your back, just as we started. Good. Let's hug the knees into the chest one more time. Feel that nice flex in the back like we began. Rock side to side a little, massaging out the spine. Good. Excellent. If you like, you can take both knees over to the right side of your mat, coming into a twist. You can open your arms up side to side. Good. Close your eyes and start to relax your breathing. When you're ready, bring your knees in through the center and over to the other side, taking the twist on this side. I invite you to take a Shavasana after this, if you like, where you can just extend your legs out or leave them bent on the floor with the knees together, and take some time to enjoy the sensations after stretching out with us today. So thank you for joining us, and see you next time. Namaste.